Okay, since our next project is going to be painting, I want you to create a painting practice poster. First thing you should start with is your name. Put your name someplace on there. Then I would use a marker or a pencil to draw out the 6 lines that will be your colors for your color wheel. You can label these like I have. We're going to do in total color wheel, some practice shapes, a tint scale, a shade scale, intensity scale, and then you can practice some different kinds of lines, like a thick line, thin line, wavy, diagonal, okay? When you're mixing your paints, you're going to need the 3 primary colors, so red, blue, yellow. You'll need white for tint and black for shading. You're going to need a cup of water to clean your brush out, and you'll need lots of paper towel to dry your brush between cleaning. When you're mixing color, I really want you to try to get the truest colors that you can. That means you've really got to clean your brush between each color. When you're painting, think about using the side of your brush. So I'm just going to do a little practice on shapes here. So when you use your brush, if you're trying to do a clean line, you want to paint with like the side of your brush. So I'm going to practice doing some circles and squares and lines. So you can see I'm like dragging along the side to do the edge and then go back and do the center. It's kind of hard to hold my phone and do this at the same time, but that's the idea. When you are tinting and shading, mix on a mixing tray, but you can also, this is glossy paper, so you can also kind of mix as you're coloring in your shape. As you can see there, it's kind of, that light pink is a mix of white and red right on my paper. So tinting, you're taking a true color and you're adding a little bit of white each time to tint it all the way up to white. Have at least 4 boxes. Shading, take the same color, whatever color you want, or let's do one of the primaries to make it simple, and then you're adding a little bit of black each time until you have pure black at the end. So practice those, tint and shade. Intensity is more about showing a different value. So for example, I'm going to start with red and I'm going to tint it with the second color. So we'll do straight red to start. Okay, then on my mixing tray, I'm going to add a little bit of blue to my red. I should be cleaning my brush, but I'm trying to do this quickly. And actually, when you're using a darker color like blue, you only need like a tiny bit. So I'm kind of mixing it with my brush on my paper a little bit too. Just a tiny bit of blue, then I'm going to add a little bit more blue until I'm just pure blue at the end, okay? All right, thick lines and thin lines. If you're trying to do a thin line, you're going to use the tip of your brush. If you're doing a thick line, you're pushing down to use the whole side of your brush. So, for example, thin line, I'm going to paint. You want to kind of sharpen your paintbrush almost to a point and then use a light pressure, okay? If you're doing a thick line, you're going to be pushing down to use all of the pressure. You can also practice what is like a sumi-e stroke or a flick, which is thick to thin if you're doing like a shape that needed a point. So for your next assignment, we're doing a lot of work with straight lines, geometric designs. So I really want you to practice in this shape area, trying to do like some smooth lined shapes. That's really going to be the challenge, the tricky part of this assignment. Okay, so this will be on the front board if you have any questions.